Hello, this is Greg from SharePoint Maven, and in this video I would like to show you how you can create a calendar view on a SharePoint document library. Now, this is kind of a unique scenario, I guess, and it only makes sense under two conditions. So first, if you should be using metadata to organize your documents, not folders, otherwise it just doesn't make sense. And the second condition, you must have at least one date column on your library. So for example, if you have a library of documents and maybe, I don't know, like a department dropdown or status, you don't have a date column and there is nothing to display on the calendar. However, if you do have a date column like an expiration date or renewal date or any other, date, type of column, all right, then you can take advantage of the calendar. And, in some cases, it actually might be a nice way to visualize things. Let me show you. Let me show you how this works. We'll first create the view, and then I think you will kind of see the benefit of it. So by default, of course, your library will always kind of display in this what we call list or grid view, rows and columns of information. But we are going to create a new view. To do so, we just click Create New View. And I'm going to call it, calendar or calendar view. And I'm going to, make sure to obviously select the right type. All right, you have three choices. We're going to select calendar. Now, once you select calendar, you actually have to, fill out a little bit more information. First of all, we're going to choose the default layout. And by the way, we can change it manually later. It's the layout that will be displayed by default. You know what? Let's go for month. OK, we'll need to see the whole month. And then we are going to, for calendar to work, you need to provide start and end date, right? Like a typical event that you have, start and date. In our case, we just have one date to go by, expiration date, which is fine. It will be more like, a milestone, I guess. But let's say you have a scenario where you have a library of policies and then you have, I don't know, an expiration date and then a renewal date, all right? And maybe you want to see how much time has passed between the two. So obviously you will be then choosing that particular date, those particular columns on start and end date. But in our case, we only have expiration date, so there is really nothing to change here. And under more options, I usually kind of leave it alone, but you can alter it if you want. So this is the field that will really be displayed on the kind of as the title, if you will, for the event on the calendar. And usually the title of the document is what you want on there, but you can change it to pretty much anything else, all right? Any other piece of metadata. You know what? Let's keep the file name, for example. Let's see how that works. And then you just click Create. And at this point, the calendar is created for us. All right. So look, here is that monthly view. And let's scroll a bit. All right. So here is this whole month. And right here, these are the actual documents. These are the expiration dates, in my case, of those documents. And it does display, because I chose the file name, you can see that it does pretty much show you the file name. Of course, if you have the title or maybe some other metadata you want displayed in here, you can essentially you can make it happen as well. Now remember, by default it shows me the month view, but I can always say show me the week view. And here we go. This is the essentially the week view. It displays this week. And look at this. It shows me a document in here. And let me just show you a few examples. Yeah, I guess I have a document here and so on. You get the idea. All right. Now, let me show you something else. When you have the month view, it's very, very limited kind of real estate here, right? Not a lot of information we can show. However, when we have a week view, it does, we do have a lot more space, right, essentially, for each entry. And what we can do, we can actually adjust this view further and pretty much display some additional information. So I'm going to choose Edit Current View. And you see here how under the week view, we can actually remember with the month view, we could display just kind of one field. I think I chose the name of the file. With this one, let's do the following. I actually can display two fields. We'll do the, then we'll use the name, the file name as the title. That's fine. But then for some additional information, the subheading, I'm going to choose the status. All right. So I want two pieces of information to be shown. Let's click Save. And just like that, look at this. In addition to the file name, it now shows me some additional information. So just by looking at this calendar, I can already say that this document expires on this particular date, and it has the following status. All right. So as you can see right here. All right. So that's pretty much the calendar view, and you can configure the some other, there is a work week view, all day view, but I think in my opinion that's a bit too granular. All right, but that's about it. I actually have plenty of use cases when I use this calendar views on a library. Like I said, anytime you have a date column or a range of dates, like I said, maybe you want to capture the date when you started working on the document and maybe finished working on the document, stuff like that. It will show you more like a schedule, a duration on your calendar. So lots and lots of use cases where you can utilize this technique. So that's all I really wanted to show you in this video. As always, happy to see you on my blog, SharePointMaven.com, as well as my YouTube channel. Goodbye.